question. Oh, why are you laughing already? I haven't started.
I'm shy now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Start again.
Good, Dory.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kenji. I'm a 5th year medical student.
Alright, let me take it.
Alright.
What is going on, guys? My name is Kenji. Welcome back to the channel. Hope it's not the first time you're watching one of my videos, but just in case it is, I'm a final year medical student studying at King's College London. That's how you do it. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who subscribed to the channel. We've just reached 40k, which is a huge thing. Like, I remember back in the day when I used to have 150 subscribers. So to hit 40k is a huge achievement for me, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching. So today we've got a really special guest who is
Hi guys, I'm Caroline.
So yes, this is my girlfriend. So the reason I wanted to bring her on the channel, and the reason why I am bringing her on the channel, is because basically she's been begging me for such a long time she's been really begging me for this gas.
Hey, no.
So that's the reason why I'm bringing her on the channel. I'm only joking, but no, actually a lot of people have been asking about you. A lot of people are asking, who my secret girlfriend is. Yeah, you already got fans apparently. So I thought it'd be really cool to actually do my 40k subscriber Q&A with you.
Yeah.
A bunch of people have actually sent in a bunch of questions, and in this video we're going to be answering every single question that you guys have asked. And I'm actually really excited to find out what they are. Hey, don't look,
Hey.
that's a surprise. All right, ready?
Okay.
All right, so the first question here that we have is, what do you do?
So I just finished my biomedical degree and I'm about to start a master's in September on cancer biology.
Which leads us on to the next question, which is, how do you balance the relationship while doing highly academic subjects? And yeah, that's actually a really good question. It's definitely something we had to work on. And I think the first thing is just knowing that it's not going to be easy, and it's something you definitely should try and talk about. So what we had to do is not sit down and have a proper conversation like how we're gonna make this work, but we definitely had to have discussions and be like, okay, how are you going to make this work and how are we going to do it? Because if it's something, being in a relationship is something you prioritize, then it can definitely work no matter what you're doing in life and no matter how busy you are. So
That's true, yeah.
I think the first thing, I think that for me, that at least I think was really good, is we try and work together as much as we can if we have to. So obviously we try spend time together, but also what we do is sometimes we actually work together quite a lot, and there's been hella library dates. So yesterday, for example, she was revising for an exam, and it was a Saturday, and I actually went with her to the library. She was sat down doing her own thing for a couple of hours on her laptop, and I just sat next to her doing my own thing as well, editing YouTube videos and studying as well. So that's something we often do because we kind of have to. And then outside of that, of course, we have breakfast together, we might have lunch together, we might meet up for dinner, we might go for a date afterwards. But that's definitely something that I think we do really well.
Yeah, I think it's just compromising around everything you have. I think that really helps.
And compromise is a key word, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the first thing. I think the next thing I'd say in terms of how we make it work with such busy subjects is, you pretty much said it, just compromise, finding a way, because if you, like I said, if you want to make it work, then you can make it work. Any other tips you'd give making it work when you're really, really busy?
Compromise. Yeah, just compromise, guys.
Compromise. And the second tip that I have is to try and involve your partner as much as you can in things that you do every single day. So sometimes we may not, so let's say it's really, really busy, right? And it's exam period. We may not have time to go on loads of dates, but we will go shopping together. We'll go grocery shopping together. We'll go gym together. We'll work out together. You'll hang out with me and my friends, and I'll hang out with you and your friends. So we try, as much as I can. I try not to separate my life and my girlfriend. I try, put them together as much as I can and involve you in my life wherever I can. And I think it's the same with you. Again, if I'm hanging out with my family, then I want you to be there as well, so I can spend time working out, being with my family, being with my friends, but also being with you. And I think that's something that I have recently found I think works really well.
Yeah, that's true. It works well for me too, I think.
All right, next question. All right, so I think the most common question that we got here, pretty much by almost everyone, is how did you guys meet? So do you want to answer this first?
No, you can answer
No, you answer it. You answer it.
Nah, you answer that. Nah, because I know you're gonna tease me.
Right, guys, so in order to help carry on paying for all of the dates that I have with Caroline, I'm gonna have to stop the video here for one hot second to thank the sponsor of the video today, who is Picmonic. Now, if you guys have been following my channel for a number of years now, you'll know that Picmonic is the #1 way that I actually revise in medical school. What I love about Picmonic compared to the other kind of online resources that I've used in the past is that, unlike all of the services that give you all the information that you need to know and just expect you to learn it, what Picmonic does is so unique. They actually give you pictures, a mnemonic, and also a storyline in order to help you guys remember all the content that you need. So I'll never forget the day where I spent 5 minutes on Picmonic, literally learning all the bones in the hands, and only spent 5 minutes listening to the whole entire story that Picmonic gave me. And until this day, 4 years later, I'm still able to know and say all of the different bones in the hand, literally from my memory, from spending that 5 5 minutes listening to the story that Picmonic have gave me. And it's that ability to tie a picture, a mnemonic, and a story that is so unique and has allowed me to memorize everything I need to know in medical school up until this day, a couple of years on from when I first learnt it. What I love about Picmonic, and again, it's so different to the other services that I've used, is that they give you a daily quiz to make sure that you're able to actually understand all of the content you've learned from using Picmonic, which is so helpful when actually learning new content. If you also find that you have more information from your own source of research to add to the actual storyline that Picmonic have given you, what you're able to do is actually edit the Picmonics to make it very unique to yourself. And again, that's another thing that I love about it. All of the content on Picmonic is actually always up to date, with students all around the world able to actually contribute to the Picmonic database, which is also superimposed by all of their experts who add new information and keep the whole entire Picmonic system up to date every single day. I've used Picmonic now for probably around 3 years in my preclinical years and also my clinical years to learn and memorize all of the content in medical school. And if you guys would like to check them out for yourself, then I'll leave a link down in the description below to get you guys 20% off the premium. Go and check it out, at least try out the trial, and you guys will definitely see how much value you get from Picmonic. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get back to the video. So how we met, basically, long story short, is she said my DM.
Hey, no.
Well, I said you answer it then.
Very professional, okay? It was very professional, slime free.
No, real talk though, how we met, we had mutual friends, and obviously because we had mutual friends, she went to uni in London, I went to uni in London, like we had each other on Instagram, and like obviously I'd see you on there, you see me on there, and then one day she dropped in my inbox and she sent me a message. Yeah, actually it was quite professional, to be fair. She sent me a pretty professional message, asking about some information about doing like a research project in biomed, because obviously she knew that I did biomed, maybe through my friends or through just Instagram. And I replied to her and I gave some advice about doing this project, and I don't think we spoke after that for another like while. And then maybe like 5 weeks later, she just randomly popped into my head, and I messaged her and I was like, oh, by the way, how's that project going? How's biomed going? Obviously trying to be professional and pretending to like pretending to ask about the project when I just wanted to talk to her. So I messaged her and then we started talking, and the really interesting thing is that we started talking just as I went on holiday. So I was going to Norway, and before that I was really busy with med school, but I went on holiday to Norway, which meant that I had a lot more time to just to spend just talking with you and like getting to know you, which was really, really nice. So we carried on talking on Instagram, and then we spoke for a good like couple of weeks, and then it kind of got to the point where we're like, oh, it'll be cool to meet up and like hang out in person. But as that started, like as we wanted to, COVID happened and lockdown hit. So we ended up just carrying on like kind of talking on Instagram and just chatting. And I don't know, but from my perspective, got to the point where I was like, I really hope this doesn't reach a peak and all of a sudden we just stopped talking because we're just just talking on Instagram. I didn't want it to like die. We wanted to see each other obviously, but because the pandemic hit, we didn't know when I'd be coming back to the UK because I was still in Norway at the time. So one day we're randomly like, oh, should we just like chat on the phone? And we just chatted on the phone. We got along really well, and then kind of from there, we really wanted to like meet up, but COVID was a problem. But I finally came back. Why are you laughing?
Oh, no, I don't know. It's just funny. Okay.
It was really funny. And then I flew back to the UK. But then the rules changed, which meant that we could meet someone else outside for the first time. So at the time, because it was summer, I was staying with my friend, and I straight away said to him, I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to like borrow your car. So I borrowed his car and then drove from Oxford to London to meet you for the first time. And I don't know, how did you feel the first time meeting after like chatting on the, for a while?
It was exciting. I was like,
really, it was really exciting, and obviously nerve-wracking because like, number one, I was worried she'd be a catfish. that was the first point.
Oh my god.
Number two, if you're talking to someone on Instagram or on the phone, it could be very different, and you can meet. I was worried like we meet and they'd be like dead, but we met and we got along straight away as much as we did when we were talking before.
It was fun.
And that was a while ago, and that was all she wrote from there, basically, wasn't it? Was that an accurate representation of our story?
Yeah, I just lied into your DMs.
That's a short story, but
yeah.
All right, next question. Let's see. All right, so next question is, stop looking, stop trying to look. It's supposed to be a surprise. The next question is, what were your impressions when you first met each other?
Okay, my first impression, I just really admired his personality. He's really like emotional, intelligent, and he made me feel like home. Just like comfortable. Yeah.
Well, that's very sweet. Thank you. My first impression of you when we first met was, I just thought you were straight away was very kind, very, very caring, and that was like very obvious from the first time you meet someone. And also very open. Like you're you're okay to tell me about things that that were very close to you and very personal to you. So it's very vulnerable in a good way. Like you weren't scared to tell someone your vulnerabilities and your and yeah, just your personality as a whole. And I think that's a really important thing when you meet someone. Like imagine you met someone the first time, and you're like, oh yeah, oh my god, I just got all this money. Like straight away, you're not talking about anything that's vulnerable to you, but you're just talking about all your success.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit awkward. But as soon as we met each other, I think we you know, you're happy to tell me about your vulnerabilities and about who you are and what you went through as a person and in your life. So I think that was really good. That was the first impression. I think that's why we got along really well the first time as well.
Yeah, just that we both were very open, and I think that what helped us develop and grow as a couple. Yeah,
absolutely. So next question is, how do you find time to go on dates, and how do you find time to date? And I think a lot of people, because obviously I have a student, you know, audience, so a lot of people want to know, like, how do you find time to date? What do you think?
I think you just organize around your schedule, like university schedule, like job or anything else. You just try to find a day where he's available and I'm available, so that we can make it work, right? That's what we actually do.
I think you have to be quite intentional with meeting up and be like, hey, you know, this is my schedule. Like, what's your schedule? And when are you next free? Because otherwise, you can just fill that up with work and whatever's going on in your life. So I think it's about just being very, very intentional with what's going on. You know, if you have an hour free, then tell your girlfriend or tell your partner that actually, day after tomorrow, I'm going to be free for a couple of hours. Are you free? Should we go out for lunch and dinner? And also, I think as a student, I think it's important also to know when times are busy and maybe when you don't have time to maybe, you know, go on holiday together and spend a lot of time together. It's okay to have some unbalanced time. Like when we have exams, you know, we may not see each other for a week or more sometimes because times get really busy. You know, and that's fine. It's okay to have those periods of unbalance. As long as when you are less busy in the year, like for example now it's summer, like we have because it's summer, we have a lot more time to spend together, which is good. Which means that now we'll invest in our relationship. We'll try travel around the country, go on dates, do stuff now, so that when it does get busy, you know, hopefully we kind of would have developed our relationship long and strong enough to withstand the busy periods that kind of come. And I think it's just about doing that and also being flexible. Like, I think you have to be very
just being flexible. Sometimes like, because I'm studying biomed, it's way more flexible than medicine because he needs to be in placement where I just can work from home. Assignments, sometimes I have labs, not all the time. So I think it's okay if, you know, maybe your partner would be more flexible than you, and
and I think it takes turns. Like sometimes, like I remember the first time we met, I was a lot more flexible because I had a car and it meant I could travel to see you during like when the law it meant that we can during the pandemic. So I'd drive to see you. So a lot of the time it was me coming to you, and then obviously that flipped when I went back to med school. My schedule became a lot more, you know, kind of less flexible, and yours became more flexible. Then you took the kind of hit, and then, you know, would be more flexible to me. So we took turns with that. And I think that has meant that things are a lot, you know, kind of easier and better for us. And lastly, I know I kind of said this already, but if you want to date and that's something important to you, then make sure it's a priority. You know, just make sure it's a priority, I think. Because I think one thing we both agree on is that we're both each other's priorities, which makes it so much easier. Because if you weren't a priority, then I would never see you and it wouldn't work. You know, so if your partner's or dating in general is a priority in your life, then make it a priority, and it will work, and you can make it work, I think, is the key thing. Yeah,
I think it's just working around, compromising, understanding each other, and it works, guys.
It works. Listen to Caroline and you'll be fine. All right, next question. So this is very like similar theme to all these questions, but next question is, does med school get in the way of the relationship? And that's obviously a question to you because I'm in medical school. Actually, I'll answer it as well, but do you think med school gets in the way of the relationship?
I don't think so. I think Kenji's really good at balancing things out, and he's like really, really organized. And also I like to be organized as well. So I think we make it work because of that. I think just, you know, I'm a bit of a creep. Like I like to write down everything, make sure, okay, this date we're going to do this and that. Okay, what are we going to do next time? I think just organizing around, I think that's what we do. And I think medicine is just not like an excuse, you know. Yeah. Of course, I understand that sometimes he's busy. Okay, he has an exam. Okay, I'm just going to find something else to do, like be with my dog, go just be with my friends, with my family. So that's what. And
I think med school, I think it can get in the way. It can get in the way if you let it. So I don't think it gets in the way for us, but med school definitely can get in the way because you might be really stressful, you might be revising all the time, you might be studying all the time. So certainly can get in the way, especially compared to maybe some other careers or kind of courses. But so I think in med school it definitely can, but I think it doesn't for us because we make it not. We actually we do put a lot of work in it. And I think a relationship is like, you know, it's going to sound so like cheesy, but a relationship is like, it is like a plant. You know, a relationship is like a plant. And if you water it and you look after it and you protect it from anything that, you know, that comes in, then then nothing will knock down your plant, I think. And I think that's super important. The next thing I was going to say was that in med school and just when you're doing really busy courses, you have to be really understanding. And I think understanding is such a key thing. If you're with someone, like if you're with someone who's in medical school and who, you know, because compared to like biomed, you have a lot of hours as well, but I think mine is just less flexible. So I have to be on placement, like Monday to Friday, I have to be on placement from, 8 a.m. to whatever time.
Yeah.
And I think why this works is that you're really understanding with that. And I couldn't date someone who wasn't understanding with what's going on. And same for you, I think when you have exams and when you have to revise on the weekends, I think, it's important for me to be understanding and for me to understand that you may not be able to go on a date for the next 5 weeks, and vice versa. And I think understanding is something that's super important for a relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. All right, so next question is a bit controversial. So it's, what's the best and the worst thing about each other? All right, do you want to go first or should I go first? What do you think? All right, so I'll go first. So I think I'll start with the best thing first, yeah? Or do you want me to start with the worst or the best? I'll start with the best thing first. All right. The best thing I think that I love about you is that I think you're just kindness and genuineness. I think in life it's actually really difficult sometimes to find genuine people who just care for you and put you first and just put everyone else first before yourself. So I think you're very selfless as a whole, I think. Worst thing, I might have to make a list here, but
Hey.
Worst thing I think, I don't know, it's also something I like and something I admire, but the worst thing I'd say would be that you're very structured. I think I'm like quite laid back. So I'd be like, okay, it'd be a Monday and Caroline would be like, okay, what are we doing on Saturday? Like what time are we meeting? What's the plan on Saturday? And I'd be like, and I'm really laid back. So it'll get to Friday and I'd be like, yeah, I'll see you around 11ish. And you'd be like, no, where are we meeting? What time are we meeting? What are we doing? Like you like planning things.
Yeah,
I do. Said it.
I do.
You're a bit of a planner and I'm a bit of a like not much so of a planner.
That's true. If I have like plan A, I also want to have plan B just in case.
Yeah, she wants plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. And I'm just like, I have no plans. Like I think I'm quite organized when it comes to my work. But outside, because obviously I have to be. But outside of that, I think I'm quite chilled and laid back. Would you agree? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, that's me. What's yours?
But you can handle it though. You handle it.
I try my best to. But yeah, what's yours? What's the best and worst things you think?
The best thing that like I really admire in you is just how hardworking you are.
Oh.
That's something I look at, and how like he's an amazing doctor as well. Like I've seen him. I've seen you like how approach patients and how passionate you are about medicine. I find that really nice, and I don't know, I find that's so kind and sweet.
Thank you. That's like 5 things in one.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
All right,
Wait.
What's the worst thing?
Yeah, I actually.
Like, last night you said you'd have one.
I have one, but it's very silly one, guys.
Let's say it.
It's like how you live like loads of mugs in your room. That kind of annoys me a lot. But I just don't say anything.
I actually didn't know that was a thing. I was a holding mug.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fine. Fair play.
It's quite annoying.
That's
I don't like it.
Yeah, but
Because
whenever
I like
you come
to be
there-
like clean and tidy. You know what I mean?
I'm clean and tidy, but come on.
You are. But when I see like 5 mugs in the table and then 2 on the floor, 3 up there, it just like annoys me a bit. I just don't say
but to be fair,
anything.
but whenever you come though, when you're coming on a Friday, I make sure my room is like immaculate.
Yeah, that's nice, guys.
All right, okay, fine. That's a fair point. But in all fairness, yeah, I'm the sort of guy who's like, if I have a coffee, I'll have a mug. By lunchtime, I'll have another coffee and I'll have a second mug.
Yeah, and just leave
And
it.
then
Can
in
you
the
not,
evening,
take it and bring it?
Yeah, if I had a dishwasher, I would. But obviously, I don't have a dishwasher in this flat. So I like batch. Okay, I think the problem with me is I like to like batch work. Do you know what I mean? So I won't like drink a mug and then go and wash it and then put it aside. I'm like, okay, let me save all of that until it hits 6 p.m. and then I'll wash it at 6 p.m. when my work is done.
I mean, I'll have my coffee and then I'll wash my mug and then put the coffee again there. Not do like.
You do it like as you go along. Whereas I'm like, I like batching stuff. Yeah. All right, say less though. I'm not leaving any mugs around anymore. say less. All right, next question. Next question is, do you believe in long distance relationships and how do you stay together throughout medical school? So I think we answered the second part, but do you believe in long distance relationships and do you think they could work? Like if you were in like Newcastle and I was in London, or if you're in Spain and I was in London, do you think it would work?
Definitely. Like I like traveling, so for me it doesn't really hurt traveling. Like I can just do other things during the trip. So I don't think it will hurt. And if I really love someone, I'll just go for it. And it sounds cheesy, but I would try to plan my life around that trip and trying to organize myself. I think it works if you want to make it work, you know. I know some people don't like traveling, and that's fair enough, but if you can always compromise, you know, maybe one weekend or maybe, you know, 1 week the person will come to you or you'll go to them. So just about compromising, and also don't be shy, don't feel bad by saying, you know, look, this week I'm really tired, I don't think I can travel, you know, and I have other commitments. And
if I said that to you,
you can come, and then I come to you. No, I come to you, and you always
if I said to you that, oh, I'm busy, I'm tired, you'd be like, hell no.
I know, but you have to come. No, but I come.
That's good advice. I'm joking. That's good advice.
Yeah,
definitely.
but I come.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when
you
you're
come.
tired.
I'm tired. Yeah.
But when I'm
That's true. Yeah, I mean, this is semi like long distance as well. Like she lives about 2.5 hours away from me, which is not far, but it's also not close. So it is like semi long distance, and I think it makes things harder, right? Because if you live down the road, you know, the energy you need to go see them would be a lot easier. So it could make things harder, right? But I think again, if you really want to be in that relationship, then you'll do it. You know, like I've told you, if you were at school in Spain or whatever, I'd come see you. You know, and vice versa. I think it makes it harder because especially if it's very long distance, like let's say if someone's 6 hours away from you, that'll definitely be a lot more difficult. But I think it's about, again, compromising. If you're on a train for 6 hours, if you're driving, it's a bit more difficult. But if you're on a train or a flight for 6 hours, then you can do stuff on that flight to make things work.
Yeah.
So like one thing that you do quite a lot, I don't like it as much, but one thing you definitely do is Caroline brings her laptop on the train, and as if she's like coming to see me here, she'll bring her laptop and she'll work on the train and she'll make that time productive.
Yeah.
And if I was driving to see you or driving to London, then in the car, and I'll do things I enjoy, that make me enjoy the trip. So I listen to audiobooks, I listen to podcasts, and that makes that two-hour trip like really enjoyable and really worth it as well when I come see you. So I think this is working around the difficulty that it obviously presents. I think that's obviously, it would make things difficult, and it does make things difficult, but it doesn't make things impossible. And I think that's a key thing.
That's true.
Cool. Next question. Oh, straight up. Where is she from?
Ooh.
Where are you from?
Should I tell them?
Yeah, obviously. I'm gonna ask you, baby.
No, but they can leave like a comment down below, guessing.
As a guess. Oh,
yeah,
I see,
as a guess. So you guys already know, like, I'm half Brazilian. But
how are they gonna know?
Because one of the video you meant.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Someone asked, "Oh, where's she from?"
That's true. But if they don't know, where are you from?
Fully, my half, both of the halves.
Yeah. Oh, tell me.
Okay, so one half. My mom's Brazilian, so I'm half Brazilian. My dad's Italian, so I'm half Brazilian, half Italian. But I was born in Italy.
So born in Italy,
yeah.
and then moved to Brazil.
Yeah, for a couple.
And then Brazil to London, basically.
Yeah, Italy, the stop, and then to London. Yeah.
That's one thing again I think I really like about you is that you're really cultured. So when I first met you, like not to say if you weren't cultured you wouldn't be, but I found it so interesting that you've lived in different places. You like traveling because of that, and I think it just made it like a lot. Yeah, it's just really cool, I think.
Yeah, same with you as well. Japan and Kenya.
Japan. Japan.
Can you cut that?
That's definitely staying in there.
Cut that, please.
That's definitely staying in there.
No, please, guys. I don't, have a weird accent. Can you tell?
All right, next question. No, I'm not gonna. No way.
Oh
all
my
right.
God, that's
Next question. How long have you been together? We've been together about over a year and a half now. Say about a year and a half, just over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Next question. We've already answered this. What do I do that annoys you? You kind of already said that, didn't you? Anything else you want to add to that?
Oh yeah, I have another one.
All right, go on. What is it?
When you're cooking and you don't let me cook with you, like you say, no, this is me.
Yeah, because you do the same thing. Because when she's cooking, I just have to chop the mushrooms and chop the onions, and that's it. So when I'm cooking, you don't touch.
Yeah, I just want to add some stuff at but you don't let me.
If I'm cooking my Japanese food, then you let me cook my Japanese food. Yeah. All right, next question. Let's see. What does she think about your life being shared online? So my life being shared online on YouTube. How do you feel? What do you think about that?
So I don't really mind because he knows how to separate like his private life and his work life. So I think he's really good at doing that.
How do you mean?
Like you're really good at doing that. Like you know what you can share and what you can't. I think that I think when you're a YouTuber, you have to know what you can share and what just want to keep it to yourself. I think it's good to have that balance. I don't think it's good to be like exposing all everything because there are moments where not everyone will understand that, and that's okay. When you keep it to yourself, maybe to your family or maybe to your partner.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what I really admire in you, that you know how to balance, and then so it doesn't bother me really. Yeah.
And even I think even bringing you on the channel, channel for the first time as well for me. Something I wanted to keep you secret. I wanted like that. This is actually quite a big step for me. So like the video because of that. But it's definitely
leave a
something.
Comment down below, subscribe.
All of that stuff. But yeah, I think even that as well, you know, something I definitely thought about, and I do try to keep a line between my personal life and my YouTube life and my social media life as well. And obviously like being genuine and like sharing you guys as much as I can, but also you can't share everything, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and also being honest as well.
Absolutely. All right, so next and probably the last question is, what do you value in each other? And there's another one that says, why do you love her? So yes, what do you value in each other? Do you want to go first? I go first. All right. I think so a few things I value in you. I think, so firstly, hardworking. I think work ethic is something really important for me. You know, I think the fact that you're hardworking and, you know, it works well together. The fact that, you know, we like to work hard together. So hardworking. I think good principles. I think if you're dating, you have to, well, you don't have to, but I think it helps to have someone who has the same principles as you.
Yeah, definitely.
So same principles in what you believe in, what you think is right and wrong and moral. I think, you know, morality is a very huge thing, and I love how you're such a moral person. Thirdly is the things that matter to me matter to you. So things that matter to me are like family, friends, treat people with respect. I think that's something that I value so much in you. I've never seen you like disrespect anyone, which is so important for me. Whether it's a waiter who's serving us at a table, whether it's you know, someone who's homeless and needs help, you've always been respectful to not only me but people around us. You know, and you've always been so respectful, and that's really important. I love and value that about you. Yeah. Next thing will probably be that you're very open to new things. You're not set in your ways. Like, you're very open to new adventures, new experiences, and yeah, I think that's super important. What about you?
Yeah, I would say like similar things as well. How you're like really family centered. We have the similar principles. I think that's really important. For me, it was something I was looking into a person, and how you respect my family, how you show compassion towards other people, and you also very kind and very understanding. I think that principle of being just understanding, and how he really showed understanding towards everything around my family and myself and my background and where I'm from. I think that's what I really value in you. And whatever phase I'm in my life, you just understand, okay, she has her time, she's doing this, and you're very understanding.
What do you mean?
Any phase, like, I could be going through a different phase that you haven't been yet, but you're like, okay, I understand, she's going through this, give her time, give her, being able to do her own stuff. I think that's also, it gave me a lot of freedom to just be myself. I think that's really what I really like, one of the biggest value, just being myself. And
I think freedom is really important in something like in a relationship. I think freedom for them to be who they want to be, and also freedom to let them do what they want to do. Like, not like immoral bad things, but letting them, I don't think we ever stop each other from doing things. If you want to hang out with guys who have been your friends for for a long time, or even friends you recently meet, then of course that's cool. And likewise, I think you kind of have to be that for me as well, because obviously being a medic, I had to move in with a flat which had girls as well, and you'd never you'd be their friends, and you'd end up being their friend as well. Which
I made really nice friends as well.
Well, which is super helpful.
And lastly, you're very trustworthy, so I think that's one of the biggest value as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's a very cheesy
It's gonna be a cheesy video, isn't it? It's gonna be a hella cheesy video. But that's what I wanted.
Yeah, that's what you guys asked for.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want us to expand on any other topic in particular, I think one question that everyone had was, how do you balance being in a relationship in medical school or in a in a busy life? Let us know in the comment down below, and we'll definitely make the video. I think did you enjoy it? I don't know.
I did. I was just a bit nervous at the beginning. I was like,
yeah, you've loosened up it, and I think you're really good now.
It's just because I'm not used to camera stuff like that. So
but we'll definitely be down to do more videos. So let us know in the comment down below what you want to see, if there's any particular topics you want us to talk about. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sending in questions, and again, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, getting us to 40k. Let's get to 100k. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right, bye.
Bye.